Hello everybody and welcome back to Big Bang Crypto. My name is Sam. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, leave a like if you like this content, and also join our Discord community. You find the link in the description. There we have the bot trading going on with our own bot, and we have a lot of updates, and whenever I see something important I bring it up there first. So definitely join our Discord community. And alright guys, so this video is, I think, a very interesting one with some coins that I'm going to show you, which in my opinion will perform best because they're like on a discount right now, and I'm not sure if everybody's seeing that. So I want to definitely show you the coins that I'm watching very closely. But before that, I want to show you why Bitcoin is so bullish right now, why I've changed my mind. So another reason for why I've changed my mind. If you watch my previous video, you know that I said that right now we are in this Bitcoin is fooling the bears, fooling retail investors, and before it will really take off, and those people who thought that we will go down heavily, they will lose this opportunity or get liquidated, whatever. So this market is pretty brutal in these things. Guys, look at this. If we go back to the last bear market, you can see this at this point. Oh, sorry. Let me change the chart. So this is our last bear market right here, and what I want to show you is how Bitcoin makes new highs, new lows until the point where this changed. So what you can see here, this is in 2017. I can go back even more, but if we take a look at these at this game of higher highs, higher lows. So we have a high, we have a higher low compared to this one. We have a higher high, higher low. Then we go up one more time, we make a higher high, higher low, and then again we go up, we make a higher high, higher low, and so on until we reach the point where you can see we made a higher low, we made a higher high, and then broke below the last higher low. And this is when things turn around because Bitcoin broke the structure. And you can see that from that point on, we're only seeing lower highs and lower lows until again this whole thing changed around. You can see it pretty clearly how it works. So all the time you can see that here we're not breaking below this point here. We come down, we retest it, but then as soon as we break this point, this last low, then you can see that it goes down pretty heavily until we reach the point where Bitcoin starts to make higher highs and higher lows. So if we take a look at this one, so we broke down, this is our lower low, and then Bitcoin, of course, moving around here, coming up, trying to make a higher high. It can't. It goes down until we see this heavy move here where it really breaks this whole structure. We go up pretty heavily, we break above this the highs here, we break the structure, and then again we start to see higher highs and higher lows, of course, right? So you can see pretty clearly going up, making a higher high, making a higher low, and then we break this low right here, right? We break it, we start to see lower highs and lower lows, of course, as you can see, right? So this is how it goes on and on and on. And then you can see what is so interesting here, that Bitcoin tries to break above the last high here, right? It really tries. It can't. So the consequence, and this, by the way, is the Corona crash. So the consequence is that it goes down and it breaks below the last low, as you can see right here. It breaks down below it heavily, comes back up, tries to get above this point, it can't at this point. But then, and this is again when we break the structure, again you can see it breaks above this level pretty heavily, and then we see this higher highs and higher lows. So this is quite interesting about Bitcoin. This is swing trading, whatever you want to call it, but just simply making higher highs and higher lows, or the opposite. All right. So, and then this is in August 2020. So we broke the structure, right? You can see pretty clearly. I hope you can see it. Yeah. So we broke the structure at this point. Like I said, we couldn't make a higher high. We break down below the low here, and then at this point making a higher high, breaking the structure, and then we start again to see this higher high, higher low game, as you can see right here, making a higher high compared to this one, making a higher low, making a higher high, a higher low, higher high, higher low, until the point where we break below the last low. This is the moment, right? So because we're making a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, and then we, for the first time, we make the lower low. And then it starts lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then we move here, we see it finding support here, right? And then we break structure, we break above this high here with this one. You can see pretty clearly. Let me zoom in one more time. Yeah, you can see pretty clearly we break above this high, we make a higher low, we make a higher high, we make a higher low, we make a higher high, we make a higher low, higher high, and then we break below this low right here, right? We break below it, and this whole thing starts again. So we break below it, and now it gets interesting for what is going on right now. We break below this low right here, right? Making a lower high, breaking below the last low here, right? Breaking below it, coming up, making a lower high, breaking below the low here, right? A lower high, a lower low, and then this thing starts to turn around and break structure with this high here, because we're getting above the high here. It's not a nice move, but still we're making a new high, and then it comes to this point where we make a higher low, to this one. We're making a higher low, so here again we break the structure, make a higher low, and then you can see what is going on. Now again we're making this higher high, and now right now what is going on right now is Bitcoin is trying to make the higher low, because if this happens, guys, and we break then above this high, we know that the structure is again broken, definitely. So for me right now it is already broken. So what I'm seeing right now is just making a higher low, and this can be, and this is the important part, this can be everywhere in this range, right? It can be here, but it could also be here. The only thing that doesn't have to happen is to see Bitcoin breaking below this $34,376 higher low, right? This is the only thing that is important. So what we have to watch right now is where we find the bottom here in this range, and then see Bitcoin moving higher. Now if you are someone who wants to have a very, very good trade or a good buy, then I would buy when we break above this high right here at $48,206 approximately, right? If we break this high, we know we're definitely going higher from here. If you wanted a more risky, then you could also buy everywhere right now in this range and have your stop loss below this lower high here. Below this higher low, right? So this would be everything in this range would be a good buy. And so I think this is what is going on right now. All right, this is what is going on right now. Now, something else I want to show you is the weekly chart, because this one shows us why Bitcoin is so extremely bullish right now. So you can see it on this one. for the long term, what you can see is, so we had our high here, the all-time high in December 2017, right? And so Bitcoin moved down, so we had the bottom here, it moved up, it couldn't get above this high here, but you see how things started to take off when we made the higher high here, right? So when we moved above this high, this is when it took off, because what I want to say here is that the weekly chart is of course more significant, because when we break structure there, then things become extremely bullish, and this is what happened here at this point. And if you take a look at the weekly chart right now, so we made this higher high here, we made the higher low, we made a higher high, and then look what is going on right now here. So right now you can see that we found support above this higher low that we made on the weekly chart, right? And then, so what happened, we turned around, we made a higher high on this weekly chart, and right now made the higher low on the weekly chart. So this is how I see it. Now, of course, you can see it however you want, but this is how I see it right now. So we made a higher high, we made a higher low, and this is so interesting that we really, it's only a couple of dollars above this one, but it is enough to say that we are still in the same structure. And so we move up, we make a higher high, now we made a higher low, and yeah, this is how I see it. So I wouldn't really be surprised to see Bitcoin moving above this high here at $69,000 if of course we don't fall below this low. And again, we are at this $34,000 range. This is at $33,000 on the weekly chart. So these are the levels that we have to watch, right? Because if we break below this, then we see a break of the structure, and then of course things are extremely bearish, and then we have to wait until on the weekly chart we see the break of the structure again. All right, so this is something that we have to wait for Bitcoin. So like I said, currently I'm definitely bullish as long as we are above $34,000, $33,000. I am extremely bullish on Bitcoin, and I think right now what is happening is fooling the bears. I definitely see Bitcoin breaking structure here, in my opinion. And if we go to this chart, where is it? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So so this is the formation. If you want to draw some lines for it right now, you can see. So this, at that time, this was my bear flag. I have to say that I don't think that this is the bear flag. This is wrong. So I'm taking this one away, and you can see that this is now the rising channel that we're in. And as soon as Bitcoin breaks this high, like I said, we're also breaking with a high probability this resistance up here. And yeah, and then I think that Bitcoin is really going to take off. So this is what I see for Bitcoin. I don't want to stress it out too much, but I think that it really makes sense. Now I want to show you some altcoins which I think are on a heavy discount right now. So I want to start with VeChain. Guys, definitely watch VeChain. As you can see, there is volume coming in here for VeChain. We have a heavy correction from the highs here. So currently 86% correction, and I think this is the weekly chart. I think that it is over, because VeChain broke the structure here, in my opinion. Now we have on the weekly chart the higher high here, and currently just seeing it making a higher low. So I think that it really makes sense to take a look at VeChain, and it's on a heavy discount. Tether, I showed you this one in my last video, and look what Tether is doing. I think you can see it much better on the daily chart. So Tether broke above this resistance here, is showing us a positive retest, and so I could really imagine Tether taking off here And what I'm still missing right now is the higher high, because as you can see, all we're seeing right now is that it failed at the last high here, right? It failed. So I think as soon as it breaks above this one, so this is at $4.4, then I think that the Tether will take off pretty heavily. And I don't know how close you are watching Tether. Take a look at their homepage. They have massive news coming. Also, they have big partnerships. For example, Samsung is working with Tether, NFT, and a lot of things going on there. So take a look at their homepage. So I think that Tether right now is a very good buy. This is not financial advice, guys. You know it. It's never financial advice. I'm just showing you what I see, and I hope that you agree, or you tell me with good reasons why it's not how I see it. Also, NEO, I think, is currently on a nice discount. It really made a huge correction from $140, a heavy correction, down to $22 right now. So if we want to take a look at the percentage here, so we're talking about also a 88% correction on NEO. And what I see here for NEO is also that it made a higher high here on the weekly chart. So I think it really makes sense. It's currently trying to find support here on this moving average. So it really looks good, in my opinion, to see a turnaround. It's breaking the structure, in my opinion. Another one that I don't see a lot of people talking about right now is Link. I think that Link is in a very good buy zone here right now, finding support. And no, this one is not a good one, I think, on the monthly chart. But in my opinion, it is in a very good buy zone. It is at the lows of nearly all indicators, and I really could imagine that Link will start to take off heavily compared to other coins. So definitely keep an eye on Link. Then we have DOT, and what I like about DOT is what I just showed you with Bitcoin. So making higher highs and higher lows. So as you can see, this is a higher low in my opinion, and I definitely think with this that DOT has the potential to move up here and make a higher high. So this gives you a nice buying opportunity right now if you like this project. Cardano broke out pretty heavily out of this falling wedge formation. Currently it is testing the dollar, and I think that this is pretty bullish for Cardano, breaking out of this formation. And with this very huge candle, right? So I think that it is in a level right now, in a constellation where I see a lot of bullishness. If the market doesn't collapse, then of course I see a lot of potential here for it to move higher. And I think that if it's able to break above the last high, so if we play the same game with the lower highs, lower lows, then what we can see is that right here is the last lower high at this level at $1.26 approximately. This is exactly the level where it failed, a little bit below it, right? So I think that the next time you see it above this price level means that it definitely broke structure, and Cardano might take off again and retest higher levels here. Next one is Engine, and I really like, again, I really like this chart. You can see it making higher lows, higher lows, higher highs all the time, and now look at this very good looking weekly candle here. So we see a lot of buying pressure, and so I wouldn't be surprised to see Engine going up. They are a really good project, huge partnerships. So yeah, take a look at it. Next one, Dogecoin. I think Dogecoin is also at a very low point here on all indicators. From what I've seen, it is now above this moving average here, which is, I don't want to tell you anything wrong. Yes, this is the 13 moving average on the weekly chart. It is above this one right now, and it broke the structure, right? It broke above this. Let me take it. Yeah, it broke the structure with making a higher high here. Of course, people selling, but it made a higher high here. Now currently trying to make a higher low, in my opinion. And I think that with Elon Musk behind Dogecoin, it has a very high potential to move higher and higher, depending on how Elon Musk continues to make noise around Dogecoin. A coin that I want to show you that I wouldn't touch right now is Luna. Of course, it is looking good here, right? But if you take a look at the monthly chart currently, yeah, on all indicators, it is extremely on the extreme levels. Now this one is looking like a inverted hammer, so let's wait and see how this month closes for Luna, but I would be careful with Luna. So this is a warning of me with Luna. Definitely what we can say is that if Luna is able to break above this high here, so it's also making this higher lows, higher highs right now, but this is really not looking good, right? Killing this green candle immediately is not a good sign, in my opinion. There is a heavy bearish divergence for Luna because, well, it's been going up heavily. And so I would be careful with Luna, but if it breaks above this high here at $120, then yeah, of course, it's still in the same structure, and then we can be bullish again. But I think it needs to cool off, in my opinion, right now. And then I think that's it. Oh no, the last one I want to show you here is the Energy Web token, and I think that you should take a look at Chico Crypto's last video on Energy Web token. There might be a pretty heavy announcement coming in the next days with a very heavy airdrop followed by a heavy airdrop, and Chico Crypto shows this in his video really good, where he goes through documents, Twitter, and everything that is there to give you a sign what might happen for the Energy Web token. He uses this and shows pretty clearly that yeah, that there is a airdrop coming in the near future, and this airdrop yeah, might bring you some extra cash. And he says that I think in this video he says that the next millionaires will be made. So I definitely think you should take a look. I really like the current constellation, because as you can see, the Energy Web token is at the best buying zone currently. So it makes sense to get in at this point. Stake the Energy Web token. So this is also important. You have to stake the Energy Web token to get this airdrop, and the CEO, I think it is, or someone very important at Energy Web token, said on his Twitter account that they will make a snapshot pretty soon. So yeah, take a look at Chico Crypto's video on that one. He also talks about MetaMask with their own token. So I really like that one. If you like me talking or reviewing other videos of big YouTubers like The Moon, like Crypto and Altcoin Daily and whatever, if you like me talking about what they said, so giving you my opinion about what they just said, so if they're bullish, am I with them, am I against them, what do I think, then let me know that, and I will also bring this content up to you guys, where I say if I'm with them or not, if I like what I'm saying or not. So this, I think, to me, this sounds interesting. So for Bitcoin, guys, just want to tell you at the end of this video what I think is very likely to happen for Bitcoin. during the next week, I think what's going to happen, I could imagine to see Bitcoin moving down very quickly down to 40K, even below 40K. I don't think that we're going to go down all the way down to this level here. I don't think so. But I could imagine that we go down below 40K to liquidate the longs, to bring back huge bearishness, and then to see going up pretty fast to this level. So I could really imagine that this will take the whole next week. I don't think that the week will start with just Bitcoin going up heavily. Of course, what you can watch for that is if we make a new high, so if we go above $48,000, then of course you can be bullish on Bitcoin from that. So no, let me say it like this. I think that we will move at these levels during the next week. Of course, I can be wrong and it goes up much faster than I think. Then I would take a look at this level. If we break above 48,000, above this resistance here, then of course getting into Bitcoin makes a lot of sense. But as long as we are below this level, I would wait and see if we see this move that I'm expecting currently, 40K, below 40K, somewhere around 39K, and then going up. So I would wait for this, right? And this is how I see it for next week. So I think next week we will see more moving in this range, and at the end of the week, so like Thursday, Wednesday, so this midweek reversal, right, could take place there. So Wednesday, Thursday, it starts to go up here. So this is how I could imagine things to go on, but of course watch this level closely. That's it, guys. If you like it, smash the like button. I think it's a really good video. Write the comments. You know how the algorithm works for YouTube, and all the likes, all the comments helps me, this channel, our team to grow much faster. I think this is important. This channel has a lot of amazing content, very valuable. So help us, guys, with this one click. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.